Hey guys, Kaz here. It's been a while, but today I'm going to give you a little bit of a shelf tour. I'm not going to lie, I did say I was going to film the actual putting together of the shelves, but I did all this over several days, bits and bobs at a time. It would have been hard and just annoying to film, so you know what? I filmed it all. I have 5 shelves and I'm going to go through them all with you. Nice little quick go around the shelves. So I have a fantasy shelf, I have a graphic novel shelf, sci-fi-ish, we have contemporary, and then a bit of a mixture of non-fiction, middle grade, manga, that sort of business. So let's just get straight into it. So I'm going to take you guys around at the moment. It's like a nook. Here's the main nook of it. And then also there's another bookshelf on the other side of this. Whoop, with all the cat stuff. Don't look at that, it's a mess still. Let's move away. So, starting on the fancy shelf, up here I have my Game of Thrones pop-up book. And then we have The Lord of the Rings and A Song of Ice and Fire with these really nice bookends that my mum found in a charity shop and got for me. A couple of quid. Love to see it. Bargain. We moved down and we've got a bunch of different things. Like I say, this is my fancy shelf. I tried to keep all authors together. So we've got Maggie Stiefvater, we've got some series here, boom, boom, boom. Down to the next one. Again, we've got all of my sister's books here. Side note, she wanted me to let you guys know that all of her books are 99p for this week only because it was her birthday today. So go and get it, 99p, to say happy birthday to my sister and then read them because they're great. I'll leave links down below. But yes, moving along, you can see we've got a lot of series in here. Moving down, I'm going quite slow. I'm not going to say every single author and spout it all out. You can see what I've got. And then this is the last shelf. As you can see, quite a bit of space still, which is good. To be fair, this bookcase, I did used to have my cat's water bowl down here, so I already knew there was space. But I've also unhauled a bunch of stuff, so that's a bonus. Let's move on. So next up we have my graphic novels and comics sector. This used to be on the floor on its own, but I've put it on top of this one now. We do still have a little bit of a gap, so I can add more because I did have Heartstopper in here, but then I couldn't fit other things in, so I moved it around. This is all in alphabetical order. So it's a lot easier for me to find. Everything else I just sort of throw on the shelves, but all of my comics are always in alphabetical order. So there we go. Going through slowly, but not too slow that it gets boring, you know what I mean? And then the space. So this is sort of my sci-fi but also kind of ish shelf because at the top we have all of my Andrew Smith and then Adam Silvera, both of who sort of fit in sort of every category. Andrew Smith has a bunch of sci-fi books, but he also has stuff like Winger and Standoff, which is just normal contemporary. And then other stuff that are just weird and don't really fit into anything, like The Alex Crow. What is that book? I don't know how to describe it. And then the same with Adam Silvera. He has these weird sci-fi moments in most of his books, but then also we have Infinity Sun, which I almost put in fantasy, but I thought I'll leave it there, you know. Moving down to the next shelf, these are all just sort of chucked in where they can. Behind here is, as you can see, the last book. As you can see on the last shelf, I do have a few books behind here. They would have fit on if I put them on other shelves, but you know, it works for me. And then Patrick Ness, we love to see it. Forgot to do a little sponsors section, so yeah, here's a message from one of our sponsors and then I shall be back.
Hello, baby. Hello. You gonna roll over for me? Give me the belly. There it says, the best belly in the world.
Next up we have the contemporary shelf. Before I go into this properly, I just love how bright this is. It's in a white bookcase and all the books are really bright. And then you flip around here and my fantasy books are in a dark bookcase and they're, you know, a little bit darker. I just thought that was kind of fun. It wasn't even intentional, but it happened. So, starting up here, we have a bunch of books. We have Simon James Green. I almost put Life of Riley around the other side of middle grade, but I decided to keep it there. Moving along. Books. Books and stuff and books. Here we are. Here's my Heartstopper. Like I said, it was in my graphic novels. As Good as Dead lives there, but I'm reading it at the moment. And then moving along. Stuff. Things. Contemporary books, pretty much. This is like the smallest poetry collection ever. It's these 4 books. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is my poetry collection. Nice. Moving down here though, slightly bigger. This is my ARC selection, which, first of all, the fact I've ever even got an ARC is just mind-blowing to me. So I thought it would be nice to have just a little section to keep them in. And then we have this cool thing that I bought because it looks really cool, and it's all fair trade and made properly and glass blowing and wood. Awesome. Here we have pretty much all the sort of dream spinner press things. I think that's what it's called. Is that what it's called? Oh, Harmony Ink. Yeah, Harmony Ink mostly, and then Dream Spinner. These are all small published books. Moving along, we've got all of the Alex Sanchez. This was really hard to figure out where to put because this book is massive for no reason. So it fit on this shelf, luckily. We have another stack. This one, again, we have Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, but I put it with the Becky Albertalli bits because it's more contemporary than sci-fi, so I thought it'd fit there more. Books and books and books. Some more of those ones there. And then down to the last shelf. This one's a bit more of a mixture. So obviously these are still contemporary, but it's thrillery, horror-y contemporary. So I thought I'd put them together. Random books, all that jazz. And that's the contemporary shelf. Last but not least, I have the bookshelf behind that one. And this is, first of all, these first 2 shelves are all non-fiction. As you can see, I did pack them out a little bit, but I like the fact that I can have 2 shelves of non-fiction. It makes me feel like a real reader. So up here we have sort of expedition-y, travel-y stuff, but also randomly Trevor Noah Born a Crime because it's too big to fit on the next shelf. And one of us is technically should be in the true crime bit, but again, it's too tall, so it can live with them. Next up we have sort of people-y stuff, random stuff, going into hospital-y, doctor-y stuff, going into true crime-y stuff, and that's where that goes there. Moving down, we have what I like to think of as my middle grade shelves, but also most of it's Darren Shan, who you could probably put into YA rather than middle grade, but allow it. So we have some Darren Shan here, and also most of the shelf is also Darren Shan, with the odd few bits like Amari, which doesn't fit in this top one. And we have some Percy Jackson here. We also go down here. Again, too tall, I couldn't have them on the same shelves, but more Rick Riordan. Also, this is an adult book, but I thought I'd just leave it with Darren Shan, makes more sense. And then, I thought I had more middle grade than this, but this is most of my middle grade that isn't those 2 authors. Maybe I should put Life of Riley here, just so it looks like I have more. Moving on down, we then have a shelf of manga. Pretty much fits on really nicely, so maybe just never buy any more manga because it fits on one shelf. Lovely. And then right at the bottom, I mean technically this is also middle grade-y kids books, but this is all of my Jacqueline Wilson books in here. I just couldn't part with them. When I was doing my video of unhauling, I was looking at these, I was umming and ahhing, but I just couldn't get rid of them because it's just my childhood. We also have point horror books here, and then here is a random little section. So if you saw that video, you would know that I unhauled the rest of this series, but I still need to read this one, so I thought I'd leave it here. And again with these books, War Master's Gate, that's my sister's book. When I've read it, I'll give it back to her. So I just put these down here in a random little corner, out the way, not on my main shelves. And that's why. And there we go, those are all of my shelves. I hope you enjoyed my little tour. now I've finally got these all done, I will actually start producing content again, because I haven't really done anything for the past several weeks because everything was everywhere. There was stuff where I'm stood right now. So yes, hopefully enjoy that content. I've got TBRs coming, wrap-ups, all that good stuff. My year in thirds part 2, because it's the second third of the year, is gone. What? So yes, hopefully you'll enjoy that. Leave a comment down below if you want. How do you do your shelves? Do you have a specific way you do them? Do you like what I've done? Just say some words down below in it, I'll reply. And if this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye.